Alright guys, I just wanted to hop on and go over this new trade that I just entered. Where I've been doing this lately, where I've been taking videos on YouTube about the trades I just now enter, and then I go over them a few days later, whether it's either a win or a loss. But yeah, I wanted to go over that, and then also the XOM trade as well, which I'm fully out of, for a 400% gainer on one runner, obviously, right? Took the majority of my position off at around 40%, also 100%, and then one runner left at 400%. So I'll go over that real quick, and you can see, right, I'm already on it here. Took that video on Tuesday or on Monday when I took it, right? Had that second day continuation on that initial breakout, right, through all-time highs. Took the trims off, majority of it off right there, held one runner, and then we got a huge another 3% move the following day on XOM, right? So this stock moved around 6% from the initial entry, right, which does not happen in 2 days on this stock specifically. But yeah, we had huge oil stocks continuation on all stocks in the oil sector, right? XOM, Chevron, all that good stuff, all were breaking out the last few days and caught a nice move, right? I think I caught the best one out of the three of them, out of the four oil stocks. I think this was probably the best one that ended up breaking out. But yeah, so I'm happy I caught this one. I'm not really gonna go over that. I already went over this a lot. Ended up taking off my full position yesterday, and then now, right, my new position on Joby, right? So I'm gonna go over this one super quickly. There isn't really much to it. There's usually an easier way to go over it when I take it on a breakout, which is what I'm usually doing. But this one is a front runner, similar to the XOM trade. I'm kind of entering this in anticipation of this breakout, right? And the reason I'm anticipating this to break out, right? Obviously, we were watching this on Monday as well as XOM for this breakout, right? This was flagging off the 9, right? We had huge breakout on the weekly, it was a weekly and also a daily breakout a couple weeks ago, and it broke out. We had that low volume pullback perfectly to the 9, and we were looking at this breakout, which on Tuesday we get that huge fake breakout, right? So this is what's key, right? We had the huge fake breakout on Tuesday, where you can see it push, and then it ends up pulling back into the range, selling off at least. I mean, it went down to as low as 6%, I think. It ends up closing at 4%, but huge sell-off. It got under the moving averages, got closed above it. So this is super bearish, right? When you look at breakouts that end up failing, usually a lot of the times it'll be a multi-day continuation to the downside, right? Similar to what this looks like, right? So you can see back in December, right, we had a potential breakout happening, and it failed to break out, and we get 2-3 day continuation to the downside, right? So a lot of fake breakouts when that happens, it usually follows with a few more extra days of downside continuation, right? And in this case, right, we don't get that, right? So if people are anticipating, if shorts come in anticipating that multi-day continuation to the downside, and you end up getting the moving averages reclaimed here, right, for the next few days. So Wednesday we get that reclaim here, and then today we are starting to, obviously this is dependent on how we close. I will see if we want to hold it or not. So I did end up taking March calls, so I'm holding this for hopefully weeks, right? Because this is a bigger base here, right? We have a huge base, and I want to be able to at least target 20, right, realistically. So that's why I went a little bit extra in date or in expiration, and also sprinkled a little bit of the February contract, so just in case this thing wants to rip somehow. But yeah, so I took this anticipating the breakout, and that's because we end up getting this the moving averages reclaimed here the next 2 days, and it looks like we are starting to basically making a fake breakout, or a fake breakout, and we're reclaiming that breakout right here. So it looks like, and typically when this happens, we get a lot of these people that come in short here on this candle, right, anticipating that breakdown, and we're basically trapping these sellers underwater here, right? We're starting to see, if people were short on this candle, these people are probably freaking out here, right? Like, okay, we're down pretty heavy on our position. This can squeeze out these shorts here, and these people were short, and you'll get a really big extension, breakout, right, from these types of plays here. So that's what I'm anticipating. Obviously, this is not always 100% gonna work out. This could end up just not working out at all, and I'll obviously go over why I sold it if it stops me out. My stop loss is set around 15, so if it can't hold 15 on the daily chart and it closes under 15, I'll probably stop this out. It should not lose more than 10-15%, right? This isn't a trade that you should lose more than 20% on. The real entry was a little bit earlier today, which I should have entered, but obviously we're entering this. I entered this 10 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago, so around here somewhere. The real entry should have been here, right? We get that big push and we get the retest of the moving averages. We kind of had the pullback here that we wanted, and then that was the breakout. So the true entry should have been here on this, basically this previous day high retest, but nonetheless, I'm taking this and I really like the entry. So yeah, that's the trade on that. And yeah, I mean, we'll come back hopefully a few days later. I've had a lot of trades that I've posted on here end up playing out really well. So like, for instance, right, let's go through the trades. So I had XOM. I took a trade on XOM. New trade alert. RKLB, so another one. ASTS is another one. LUNR was another one. So a lot of these stocks I've been posting on YouTube, I've been able to have day 2 and 3 continuation moves, and I've been able to make more videos on this. So not trying to jinx it, but we'll be back hopefully with this going up another 100%.